Morning, morning. Things are a bit, I'm still adjusting the camera a little bit. Is that better? What will happen is I'll let go because I'm holding on to it. Nothing's really moved at all. Oh, let's try that. Good morning. Right, here we are. Another day, another Friday, another Friday. Oh, I'll wait for Facebook to tell you that I'm there, perhaps. Oh, it's been a long week. It has been a long week. I don't know why. It's just been a long week. For some reason. Not sure. But we're here now. And the super exciting thing is that my big order arrived already. It doesn't normally come this early in the day. But he's come already. So I've scrabbled through the box and managed to fish out the things that were in the box for me so that I can show you. There's still masses in the box that belongs to my customers that they ordered last Friday. If you are one of my customers watching this, hi Danielle, don't all rush round at once. Okay, I haven't sorted any of it out at all. So give me a chance to pack it up and do your little thank you note. But if I can get that done today, I will, so that you can have it for the weekend. But just wait for the heads up. Okay, so I've had to shut the door today. Paul's working from home, and he shouts, not in a nasty way. He normally works in an open plan office, and so I think they have to talk quite loudly to be heard over the rest of the office or something. And then he's doing a lot of phone calls through his speakerphone, so he tends to shout so he's heard through his speakerphone. And he's got like plugs in, so whether he can't hear how loud he is, I don't know. But anyway, he's doing all these phone calls and he's shouting. And I'm like, will you quit shouting? I'm used to a nice, quiet, tranquil house where you're all not here. So, yeah, so I've shut his door and I've shut my door and I can't hear him, so it's fine. So I've got my tea, okay, and I am going to have it because I haven't had one. So this week, it's been mostly about waiting for the big order to come. That said, all the things I couldn't live without were in the order that came on Tuesday, which I quickly shared with you, and in a bit of an impromptu Facebook Live. And then I did another little video where I was playing with my embossing paste. I pretty much haven't stopped playing with my embossing paste since it arrived, to be honest with you. I love it. Oh my goodness. I was a bit worried originally that it wasn't for me. Because it was along the lines of watercolouring. I was worried that it was going to be messy. I could get messy. I don't like to get messy. I'm like, maybe it's not for me. But I was like, yeah, but it looks so nice. So I've got it. You don't actually get terribly messy, to be fair. I have to be honest with you. Look, noink. Not yet, anyway. Give us time. It's still only 10 o'clock in the morning. But no, you don't get particularly messy, so that's great. And it's just so much fun. Particularly because you can colour it. So you can turn it every colour you own, basically all the colours. And I'm loving that. So I've turned mine all sorts of different colours. Got a whole rainbow going on here. Yesterday's card, which I did bring across to the table thinking we'd use it. There it is. Look. Isn't this just the prettiest card? Love it. Look at that. Lemon lime twist. So you can just about make out the raised up and the texture. Okay, that was just one drop, I think. That was it. One drop. That's still quite pale though. I reckon you could put another one in and zing it up, something snazzy. But what I love is the fact that then you can put the coloured ones onto dark card. So I took some of that paste because actually a little goes a really, really long way. Okay, I'm warning you on that. A little goes a very long way. So when you're scooping it out of the pot to to use. You don't need very much. So this was the Lemon Lime Twist on black. I know, isn't it nice? So nice. Right, and then I had to play some more. I was like, well, what other colours? Right, look at that. It's really pretty in real life. I don't think this is doing it justice at all. Right, that is Berry Burst on navy. It's beautiful. It's a bit much all over. I just did the whole sheet, but you could cut a panel out of that and use it. You could cut a circle out of that and use it. It might be a bit much all over, but never before have we been able to put really vibrant colours and keep that vibrancy and any colour in the Stampin' Up spectrum. I think that's what gets me. You could have colours if there was like an embossing powder, maybe like red, gold, but they've always been limited in number as to the different colours of embossing powder we've had. Even when we've had generous ones, we've still been limited. Basically, if you own the re-inker, any colour. Okay, and then you get that, and it holds the colour. It doesn't lose any of the intensity on a dark card. Wow. So many techniques. I have been playing with some techniques, mostly just been colouring, but I have dabbled with a few techniques. I have a blog hop coming up that I am a special guest for on Sunday, where I've used the paste again on a couple of cards, where I've incorporated a few little technique-y things in there. And my brain just keeps coming up with more ideas. Going, well, what if I did that? Oh, well, what if I did that? So watch out, because there's going to be loads and loads of videos. And I was going to do a video series probably in July. One, I'm not sure I can wait till July. We may have to do it before then. And two, it may be too much even for a video series. So it may just be as I do them, we just pop them out, to be honest, because it's amazing. So if you haven't ordered your embossing paste yet, get on the website, get on my website, get to my online shop, get yourself some embossing paste and some palette knives and the masks. Okay. Hello, Helen from Sydney. Hello. Oh, you're very welcome here. I'm just going to have another. I've only just poured it. It's still quite warm. So yeah, watch out, because I'm just gonna go nuts. So, but we will have a play today. We will have a play. We'll make this card, a version of this card. So start thinking about how you might want to input on the card today. So think about the colour you might want to use. I don't own all the re-inkers, you've been warned. But what colours we could put on the card, things like that. In the meantime, let's take a little look at some of the things that I got that came today. So on my desk, I've got a whole pack of card and paper. One of them, some of them you're not even that interested in seeing, so I'll take the card away, to be perfectly honest with you. But I did get some of the new packs of 12 by 12 card where it fits in with the colour collections. So I got the in colour collection, my apologies, the in colour collection, the neutrals, which gives you crumb cake, slate and espresso, and the regals, which gives you garden green, cherry cobbler and light of navy. So there's those. And then I've got 3 packs of card here on my desk. One is the new Foil Frenzy. And I'm hoping this is going to be a really nice craft type cardstock. Let me move you back a bit if I can. Still really wonky. For boxes and stuff. Yeah, it's not bad. I think we might have had slightly thicker in the past. One of the ones we had in the past was really stiff, so it's not quite as thick as that. It's plain craft on the back, so if you're missing craft 12 by 12, if you're lamenting its loss like I was a little bit, it seems a bit wasteful, but you could use the back of this if you just wanted some plain craft. But on the front, foil dots in my new favourite colour, Berry Burst. I can't decide between Berry Burst and Lemon Lime Twist. What do you think? But it's between those two. Okay, look at that. So nice. Right, what else do we get then? I'll take this one out. It's easy to get back in. How does that look in real life? It's nice. Got tangerine. that looks a little bit coppery actually. The lemon lime twist does look a little bit sort of like an off gold. And you get, I think it's soft sky, which again, it looks like it's going to look silver on screen, but it is very slightly blue. So you get that random spot. Get this really nice stripe. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. Oh, this is nice too. You get a chevron. This looks nice too. Yes, quite like that. I wasn't sure either, Danielle. I wasn't sure, 100% sure. I've liked some of the craft ones they've done in the past. I haven't liked all of them. So I wasn't sure. Some though, I've thought that's not for me. And then I've had some and it's grown on me. So I decided I would get it and play with it. So, like that. And then the other two that I recommended when I did like my top picks. One top pick was the coffee sweet. Okay, so I have got the paper for that. I ordered everything off the coffee suite because I love it, even though I don't drink coffee. Okay, I don't like coffee. I don't even like the smell of coffee. Okay, Danielle wishes she'd ordered it now. I have to make another order. I've already got a list for another order. Don't worry, Danielle, you're not alone. I've already got a little bit of a list. And then my list and the stuff that came, I was kind of like, oh, somehow I'd managed to order more adhesive sheets. And I'm not sure I was meant to order that. So I'm going to have to go back and see what it was I was supposed to order, because I don't think it was that, because I'd already ordered some. Puzzled. Confused.com. So, coffee. Let's just take it out. I'm not faffing about with the plastic. Let's just take it out. Right then. So you've got this one covered in the coffee pots. Now, I don't know. Something in the catalogue made me think that one of the dies in the set cuts out something from the paper. And I don't know if they just cut it out by hand, but they put the die next to it, which kind of implied that the die cut it out. Maybe it doesn't, and they were just showing it. Let's see. So I've got the dies. Okay, so it was this one, this little coffee cup, because there isn't a stamp that matches this little coffee cup. No stamp. But, yeah, it does. So, this paper, this little die, matches, not sure how well I can do it backwards, these little coffee cups in the paper. Yay! How cool is that? Like that. Okay, right then. So, you've got the coffee cups and the kettles and jugs and what have you. And on the back, you've got coffee beans. Next up, I've got a bit of a bent corner. What can you see? Oh, I presume this is coffee leaves. I must admit, I thought it looked like something, an illegal substance. Okay. Not that I know much about these things, but... And a rather nice chevron on the back. Quite like that. Liking the colour combination. For all neutrals, I'm normally a bright girl. Just a nice purple-as green stripe. And then coffee ring stains on the back. Oh, the chevron again, this time just in sky. That's nice. Okay, and then those dubious leaves again, but this time on soft suede. More coffee pots, but little this time, on white on espresso. And then a rather nice espresso wood grain on the back. Oh, this one's nice. And then this one, look, you get circles in all the colours, but the circles have got a wood grain print through them. Can you see? Okay, and then on the back, you've got a garden green with hearts. So yes, I'm liking those. So I liked that whole suite. So I got the whole thing. So we'll look at the rest of it in a minute, because we're doing paper in a minute. But we will go back and look some more at the dies and stamps in a minute. And then one of my other top pick for a paper on its own that wasn't part of a suite. I can't remember. Did I pick the Eclectic one? I did, and you know what? I'm in love with that. But my other top pick for paper was this one, which is a whole lot of lovely. I'm not totally convinced by the oversized oranges or peaches. I think they're meant to be oranges. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, that pattern perhaps isn't my cup of tea. However, some of the patterns inside remind me of papers we've had before. Okay. So oranges on the front, but then this really nice yellow, I don't know, dandelion clock type print, quite all Achilles, that sort of style with the colour and the print. Liking that side. Another oranges one. This floral one, this reminded me of that really nice birthday blooms suite that we had in, was it the annual or the mini catalogue last year? I think it was the mini catalogue last year, and we had that gorgeous pink and blue floral type paper. This is very much the same as that, and Stampin' Up do sometimes reuse popular prints and just reimagine them in different colours. So it could be that this is that. I can't be 100% sure either way, but that's a lovely classic bit of paper. Pop a sentiment on there. You don't need anything else. And on the back, you've just got sort of shades of green stripe. Of that. Then another just sort of classic print. You've got pale pink dots, sort of watercolory type. So there's shades of pink, baby cards, all those sorts of things. I think this is going to be a good all-round type set, because that last one you've got floral, you know, but on the back green stripes. Women, men. I think this is going to be one of those it's going to be perfect, a good all-rounder. So you've got little pale blue flowers on the back, like that. Another floral, pink with white flowers on. And then on the back, sort of pear with leaves. So again, you could use that with the coffee set again, couldn't you? There was this one. This reminded me of one of the it's Memories and More now, one of the memory keeping ones. What was it? Project Life from last year, that had black with then subtle green and subtle flowers on it. So this reminded me a little bit of that. Okay, so you've got that. That's rather nice. And then just a black random spot on the back. I like that. And then finally, and this one reminded me of the Project Life set even more, to be honest with you. In fact, my head is certain that this is similar imagery, if not the same imagery, that had been in that Project Life set from last year. That's then just been reimagined onto the designer series paper. That is gorgeous. Again, pop a sentiment on it. Job done. And then this rather fetching stripe on the back. That's nice too. So, see what I mean about that paper? I think that is just classic all-round paper. It encompasses some of the great patterns that we've had from Stampin' Up over the years, all brought into one set. So I'm loving it. That big print at the end, you could cut those flowers out, use them as an element. So then I've got a box. Do you know what? Your money doesn't always go very far as you think, does it? I was like, I've ordered so much stuff. I've got this huge list. So much is coming. It comes. That's it. You're like, is that it? Is that all I got? Where's the rest of it? So let's carry on with the coffee stuff, because I had that out. So here are the dies for the coffee set. You know what? I've only got 2 stamp sets in here for the coffee set. So there's the coffee set. I know the writing's back to front for you guys, but if I flip the camera, I get confused, and then we're all in a muddle. So liking that. It's photopolymer. Always like those. Just like it. I know I don't drink coffee, but I can imagine a whole class full of projects. Just because I don't like coffee I know a lot of people do. And it's going to be great. Teachers' gifts at the end of term. Lots of teachers need to drink coffee, surely. And wine, I should think. Class my kids are in. Lots of wine. Gin, I should think. Right. So those. So the rest of that suite. What else did we get with that suite? I bought a couple of the ribbons. So there was... what is it? A classic weave, is it? Classic weave. Let's see if we can get the... Ugh. Come on, off you come. Get that off. Ugh. So soft sky and crumb cake I got. Oh, it's nice. It's very soft. Very soft. Let's give it a tie. Yeah, not bad. Not bad for a first bow. It's nice. Hi, Carly. So I got the soft sky and the crumb cake. I didn't get the white. It comes in white as well. I didn't bother with white. White's boring. I used loads of white, but white seemed dull at the time. And these little corrugated elements. Now, do you know what? It puzzled me when I had my eclectic clips that go with the Pick a Pattern suite. They came like in a bag, and I thought they'd have come in a pot. And these come in a pot, and I'd have expected them in a bag. These are quite small. These are smaller than you think they're going to be. And they're a bit thinner too. They're not quite as chunky as I expected. So you get an oval, an equal heart, and an equal tea bag tag. Hello! Christina, hello from Tasmania. I love it when people come from all over the world. That's great. Oh, and then there's me and Danielle in England, reeling from last night's general election. We won't talk politics. We're not going there. Right, they're a bit nice. So I'm going to have a whole class with that suite coming up. What else is in the box? These little clips. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. They're just cute. Little bulldog clips. Aren't they cute? No, I did get quite a few. 20, apparently. Not sure what I'm going to do with them. But I like them. Wooden elements. Okay, I won't open the packet, but I decided I'd get both. I rather like the hearts, and I think it'll combine nicely with the coffee set. I think it'll go nicely. And then the little leaves and things as well, little flowers. So they seem quite white on that side. They're probably more that colour on the other side, I would guess. But they're a bit nice. I did get lots of like embellishment. I decided to go more for embellishments than stamps and stuff. I picked up my Pick a Pattern washi tape. I was going to buy all 4 of the washi tapes until I remembered that there is a huge tub of washi tape over there that I've accumulated over the last couple of years and haven't used because I don't really use washi tape very much. So, so I thought, why are you buying all that washi tape, Valerie? Why are you getting all of that washi tape when you don't use the washi tape you've got? So I didn't, but I did get this one because I'm using a couple in my Pick a Pattern Sent with Love kit. I've been working on my class again. All the details are pretty much finalised for the projects. Took some photographs. Started taking photographs yesterday. Batteries went flat in the camera. Every time. Happens to me every time. Finished those this morning. So when I finish on here and I get the old laptop boosted up, I should be taking those off and starting to pull together all the details for my next online class. Then I've just got to record all the videos next week. And then we're good to go. But I might open pre-order now I've got the photographs taken. But I don't like to start a pre-order until I've got all the projects confirmed. So now I've done that, might start a pre-order later today for that. So I just went for the black for now. So this one's quite wide. And then down this end, just that black stripe there is quite a skinny one. So you get a really wide one, a really skinny one, a sort of a standard, and then 2 other sort of standard thin ones. I quite like them, and it's just black and white, so it's neutral. You go with everything. Like clothes, you know. You go with everything. It's fine. Oh dear. And then 2 reasons, right? 1, it's twine. 2, it's pool party twine. Okay, it is therefore the most perfect product in existence. Possibly I was more excited about this than several other things in the catalogue. I'm probably more excited than a 40-year-old woman should be, but it's twine and it's pool party. Enough said. Okay, it's lovely. Can't wait. It'll go with that paper, that nice paper that we just talked about. That looks like it's got pool party in it. See, matches. It's all got to match. That's why I joined Stampin' Up. Because it all matches. And I love it matching. These are nice striped bags. Oh, they're quite thick. I wasn't sure whether the white would be more like glassine. But it's not. It is a proper white with the gold stripe. How nice are they? Might have to get some more of those. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. Fill up the drawer. What else is in here? What haven't we looked at yet? Right. Mini dimensionals. Hello. I can see me going through a lot of these. I only ordered 1 packet for now. I don't know why. I can see me going through a lot. I don't know if you can actually even see, can you? Can you see? Just seeing a blur, aren't you? There. Or if I turn it like that, there you go, look. Now, the only question that came up, somebody said you could probably get a whole nother row in, top and bottom, quite frankly. But you know what? I like to use those edges. I trim them up. I cut them into strips and use them on stuff, so it's not a problem. But those are going to be super useful. It just saves me cutting up my dimensionals, which is what I used to do. Right, what else have we got? So the only other stamp set I ordered. Why have I only ordered 2 stamp sets? I had a good sized list of stamp sets. Only so much money at once. So I went for Textulator. Okay, of all the ones, and I kind of tried to be rational about it. So I got the Eclectic, that's floral. I've got the coffee, that's kind of friends and maybe for men, what have you. I got the kitchen layout, I've got the seasons ones, things like that. I was like, you know, I've got 10-year-old children. Their friends are about to start turning 11. But then even then, my youngest brother is in his 20s. So actually, and to be honest, most of my older friends are still clamped to their phone, the same as me and everyone else on the planet. So I was kind of like, it kind of is a bit of a must-have, really. But I felt it rounded out my collection because I can't buy everything. I can't buy it all. So I felt that this was a nice one to round out my collection. And you know I love a sentiment set. Can't beat a sentiment set. So I already have cards in mind in my head for this. So I'm excited to get that one. I ordered a couple of the new embossing folders. I got the new dots. I think they must have printed the image in the catalogue for the dots wrong, because in the catalogue it looks the same as the old dots embossing folder. And I was like, what's the difference? I don't understand the difference. There's probably been an update that says it's wrong and I've missed it. Wouldn't surprise me. They're just smaller, basically. I think they're random. They don't seem to be entirely uniform, so I think they're more sort of random and a bit smaller, basically. And then I had quite a list and I had to choose which ones to get. And I was going to get the new Pinewood Planks one, and I really wanted it, and I will get it. But in the end, I decided to get one of the other dimensions ones, I decided to get this leaf one instead. These feel really thick, feel really chunky. So these put the extra sort of thick impression in, like the cable knit, things like that, like the hexagons if you had that from the mini catalogue. Okay, so I decided, I love the planks, I will get the planks, but I decided to go with the leaves. I really like it actually. Now it's come. I'm glad I did. I like it. Right, what else is in here? Okay, I went for a set of dies that I didn't get the stamps for. I was going to do the bundle. It's like 50 quid. Okay. 50 quid's a big bundle. So I decided just to get the dies. So I got the Welcome Home frame. Okay. Because I kind of looked at the stamps. I was like, I like them, but I don't know how much use I'd get out of them. But I can see me using other stamps with the dies. So I know it cuts the flowers, and I don't therefore have the flower stamps, but that's okay. That's okay. I've got other flower stamps that I could pop centres into. I don't see it being a problem. I like the big house. Okay, I like the big house. All right, I admit. You got me. Okay, I just like the big house. Okay. Yeah. So I'll see how I get on. I'll end up ordering the stamps later. Don't tell. Okay. Oh dear, how are we doing? 10:30 already. We haven't made anything yet. I got some of the thick vanilla. Well, just because, obviously. And then finally, I did want to try the memory some more. I'm not a massive one for memory keeping. You wouldn't believe it based on the amount of Project Life stuff that I owned. And I started crafting and scrapbooking years ago. That's actually how I started. And the card making came afterwards. So I own scrapbooks. I've done traditional scrapbooking and what have you. And I like it. It just takes me so long to do. Like lots of people complain. The layout doesn't take me that long. But once I've done one layout, I'm kind of on burnout. And then I can't create anything for ages. So I like the idea of pocket scrapbooking. But to be perfectly honest with you, our lives aren't that exciting. Oh, somebody sent me an angry face. What did I do? Our lives aren't that exciting to scrapbook. So what do you get? What do you get? I went for the perfect day one. Okay. Which is kind of black and white by the looks of it. Diamonds like that. No, I can't get into it. Come on. I think it's got like emerald in it. If we can get into one of the packets, I'll show you. Ah, we're nearly there. Right. So, black and white. So you get 4x6 ones. And 3x4 ones. So what have we got? That one's a bit bent. That could have been me just now. So like before, you get 2 of each, so you don't have to choose. So you've got that one. That one. Oh, I like that one with the on the back. Little journaling-y type ones. More journaling-y ones. Oh, ones with a currently. Hello. And then, oh look, some silver overlay type ones with silver writing. Hello again. And flower. And dots. This is happening. This is happening. And one with a slightly bent corner. That's okay. I'll find. So those ones had some extra bits and bobs in. Do you want me to open all of them? Or do you want me to get on and make stuff? Let's make stuff. You've got the... Oh, I'm going to open the big one because it looks like it's got stickers or something in it. Yes, look, stickers. And more overlays, big ones. Not more stickers maybe, but like clear stickers. Maybe. Nice. And then more cards. Look at that. Lemon lime. Oh, it's the little moments that make life big. Sometimes I find the sentiments a bit cheesy. Sorry. Right, so there we go. So that, believe it or not, that's all my new stuff. Went quick, didn't it? Bored now. What am I going to play with now? And I won't want to use any of it. Or I'll come to make something and I'll go, I wish I had that. Oh, I wish I had that. Isn't that what everybody does? Is that just me? Right, whole bunch of packaging. Paul emptied the bins last night, so I shall fill them back up and that'll give him something to do. Right then, so let's get on with a bit of crafting, shall we? I'm going to finish my tea and let's go on with some crafting. That's what Carly does that as well, yeah. It's gone a bit cold. Right, let's bash out this embossing paste because let's face it, we're all waiting to play with it. Oh no, Danielle's the same as well. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you own, you always want something else. Ooh, I got close quick, didn't I? Right, I'm going to spin you around. Trying to make sure you're vaguely straight. Oakley dokley. Are we vaguely straight? Maybe. Camera's quite wonky, I think. Never mind. Right. One thing, I normally just work on this mat, but I'm going to pop a bit of paper down because I've discovered that I'm quite messy with the embossing paste in that I do get it on my desk. So let me put a bit of paper down, then I can just throw that away. So here was the card that I whipped up. I'm not sure we're going to have time to make it. So, wow, that looks really odd. What have I done to the placement of the camera? I think it's just really wonky. I don't know whether that's made it the slightest bit better. Oh, no, it's still dropping. It hates me. Okay, all right. So here we are. Here's the card I made them, with that beautiful embossed background. And then I've just layered up some of the bits and bobs from the new Eclectic set. I've just layered these up, okay? Oh, but my sentiment, actually, that is a, was a 2-layer sentiment, and I've cut it up. Yep, I cut it up. I admit it. So it was like that. Oh, hello, friend. And now it's like that. Okay, so I snipped it. It had quite a lot of waste around it, left and right. So cut a lot of that off, cut it across through the middle, and then I've put it on the block. But then I can always put it underneath if I want. But I've lined it up so that it's one sentence across with like that. Don't be frightened of cutting them up to make them do or say what you want. Absolutely. So, but I know you've all come to see about the embossing paste. I know that's why you're here. That's why I'd be here. Okay. So, let's find a card base. That's always a good place to start. It's a lovely white one. Here's one I prepared earlier. Okay, like so. So let's find all the things we're going to need. So you are going to need the embossing paste. It kind of looks a bit like buttercream, a bit like face cream, maybe. A little goes a very long way, as I said earlier. That keeps coming up on me. Okay, but I am going to have to order another pot. Let's face it. But I've made several cards. So I've not really made that much dent. But yeah, it's kind of like, icing, like buttercream icing. Or like a really thick face cream, maybe. Don't put it on your face. Don't. Just don't. Right. The spatulas come in a pack of 3. You get this one. You get this one. And you get this one. Okay. Personally, I prefer this sort of trowel one. I've discovered. It seems to be the one I like the best. But I tend to have this one handy so that I can scrape off of this one. Just to clean up. Or to make sure that I get my colours mixed in. So what colour are we going to do? Leave some comments. I know there's not many of you out there, but has anybody got a particular colour they want to see? And I'll let you know if I've got the ink for it. Okay, while you're all leaving comments, because it takes a minute, you need the silicone matte. I recommend the Stampin' Up silicone matte. I didn't even have one until this week. But actually it's been great, and it's not too big, it's not ridiculous and bulky. I own one that I use in the kitchen for pastry, but it's about the size of this desk. I don't want to be getting that out, cleaning that up all the time. I don't like to do it for cooking, I'm not doing it for this. So actually it's really handy. You can just take it to the downstairs loo, run it under the tap to get it cleaned up. Okay, and then you've got your masks. So the top tip on all of this is you have to clean it quite quickly. I'm just heading to my downstairs WC and just rinsing things under some warm water under the tap, although it looks like it could do with a slightly better clean than that. Some people I know are using baby wipes and keeping them handy on the desk and just sort of wiping it off. Whatever it suits you best. So okay, Danielle said she'd like to see it berry burst. I'm all for berry burst. I don't have a problem with berry burst. So should we do that? So you're going to get some paste. Now, like I say, a little does go a really long way. You'd be surprised how little you need. So I would actually say that that is probably enough to do the front of this, especially if we don't cover the whole thing. And we may even have some left over. So then get your reinker. It happened that I had berry burst on the desk actually from when I did it the other day. Christina says berry burst as well. Righty ho, right, we're going with berry burst then. I'm just adding 1 drop at a time. Because what I'm finding personally, that old adage you try to teach your children, you can always add more, you can't take it away. Okay. So 1 drop. And mix it in. So you just use the old palette knife there. And just keep sort of spludging it round. But obviously where you took it out of the pot, you might find you've got a bit of white. You want to get that in, or a bit of ink. So that's why I have the other one handy, just to help me sort of get it off. So that's a pretty good colour. But I'm tempted to add another drop and see how it looks with another drop. That's pretty similar to what I had there. And that is lovely. That kind of looks like pureed raspberries. It really does. That's a really nice sort of raspberry colour. But let's go for one more and see how it looks. And see if we can get it really sort of intensity up a bit. What you could do... Oh, yeah, look at that. What you could do is, a bit like with icing, don't mix it in so well. Get a sort of a marbled effect going. Don't know whether that would be possible. Maybe not on such a small amount. Look at that. Look at that. Do you think that's enough? That is nice. We could probably do another one though. What do we reckon? Should we try a little bit more? I've only put a tiny drop on that. Oh yeah. Look at that. I wouldn't want to add masses in as much as I'd be worried about changing the consistency of the paste too much and making it too wet. Look at that. That is nice. I'm looking at it on my iPad, and do you know what? It doesn't look anywhere near as good on my iPad as it does in real life. It looks quite pale on my iPad. It actually isn't. It's actually quite a vivid pink colour. I'm not sure that this is doing it much justice at all. I'm trying to lower it down so you can see. Look. Nice. Right then. So, once you're happy that you've got it all mixed up to the colour you want. My 10-year-old daughter's watching now. My girls love to watch the craft videos. They love it. Mine are 10 as well. So, okie doke. Let's move that one out of the way. So, I'm going to go with this one because I like it. And I like it with this stamp set. And I'm not sure that any of the others go with this stamp set particularly. So I am going to use this one again. Shall we just go for the random smear across the card, do you think? Like I did before. So, they don't move around too much, I have to say. They do sort of hold down quite well. And then personally, what I like to do is I like to pick a little bit up, like on the back. It's very much like polyfiller, okay? If you've ever filled holes in the wall at home, okay, it's very much like that, okay? Or I've never done any bricklaying, but I imagine it's pretty similar. So I pick it up on the back of like this sort of trowel type one, okay? And then you just smear it across wherever you want it, basically. You just start smearing it over, and then you can scrape off the excess and smear it back on. Okay, depending on the look you want, you could cover the whole thing, or you could just, you know, like I said, just do a random smear across the corner, from one corner to another. Okay, I'm going to sort of using the edge of the trowel then to scrape the excess off. It's that easy. It was that quick and it was that easy. And as you can see, I've maybe used half of that, if probably not even that, maybe a third. So I could probably do another couple of cards just with this bit. You need to get on with it because this will start to dry quite quickly, and I'm going to have to go and leave you while I clean the tools off so that I don't end up with it all dried onto those. Okay. But then when you're happy, you just peel that off, ta-da, like so. Then find somewhere to put that down. And then what I've been doing actually is I've been picking this up, and then where I've got that spare one, I've just run it along the edge where I've gone half on. I've ended up with some on that back edge like that. Okay, like so. And then I'm going to probably get rid of the bit of paper in a moment, but I'm going to clean all these tools up straight away so that they don't get trashed. So bear with, because I don't have any baby wipes, so I'm going to have to do a dash. I'll be as quick as I can, but I know you don't want to see me trash my tools. There we go. I'll leave those to dry over there. There we go. Isn't it nice? Look at that colour. I mean, it is just, I'm glad we put the extra drops of re-inker in. Absolutely. So I've got one card where I ended up with some on the back because I'd obviously laid on that. So I'm going to, I see another order coming on now. Sorry, Danielle. Sorry. So Suzanne says she can't wait to try it. I highly recommend it. Like I say, I was kind of a little bit, is that really for me? But do you know what? It's great. So you can pop that off to one side, depending on how thick it's ended up going on. I smoothed mine right off, although I have got one here with a little bobble in it. But you don't have to smooth it off. You can leave it quite sort of rough over the top. It depends on the look you're personally going for. So I got mine fairly smoothed off, but I did end up with quite a lot of sort of where I just caught edges. Whereas actually when I did this one, I didn't have so many of those. I seem to have ended up with more this time where I've just caught bits. But it doesn't take very long to dry. It doesn't take very long at all. So you can just pop it up there out of the way. And then we can see about combining some elements to go on top. So we'll keep it fairly similar to the original card, I think. And I have some of the stamps out that I used for that anyway. So, what should we go for? Need some more card, obviously. Oh, that's a whole card base. See if I can find a scrap. No, more scrapped out. All right, fine. We'll use the card base. Okay. And we need some colours as well. So I'm going to have, if I've got that on the bottom, I'm not sure I then want a whole load on the top quite so much. But we're bringing that. What other colours are in this paper? This one. So, blocks as well would help, wouldn't they? Look. Hi, Anne. Right there. So, oh, and I've got a pen. Oh, emerald's the other colour in it. Let's bring that in. I used that as well on my stems. So what I had done for the blue flower, at least, was I kind of roughly inked up the top. I didn't worry about getting too clever about it. And then I took my emerald marker just to the stem. Okay, if you can't be bothered with that, just use emerald throughout, or just use blue without. Don't worry about it. Like so. And then I'm just going to stamp that on my bit of card. And then to colour in the stem, I can't be bothered to get the ink pad out. I found the old blender pen, and I've literally just touched the end of the marker. Look. Just to get a bit of colour into there. Okay. And then for the top of the flower, you've got this one. And these are meant to look mottled. Just means I spend ages trying to ink the thing, going, why won't it ink up? And then you just kind of stamp it over the top like that. Okay, and then there's a die. What I've done with my dies? I've got them somewhere. Here, there they are. To cut that out, and you get that really lovely watercoloured look without getting messy. So what colour shall we do the other one? I still want to do it Berry Burst, I have to say. I still want to do it Berry Burst. I'm not sure it would look right in Lemon Lime Twist. We'll go for Berry Burst. So. Back of that block isn't very clean. So again, I'm just going to ink up the top bit, then take my marker to the stem, like so. Then find the top bit. So there are sort of round solid flowers in the stamp set that you can do this with too, and you get leaves as well. See what I mean about it being sort of mottled, and I can't tell whether it's just not inked properly. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to stamp it off. This is what I did yesterday. Look, you can see where I've gone a bit nuts. I'm actually going to stamp it off before I put it on, so I get a paler version. I think if I'd stamped it on solid, it would have been, wow, a bit mad. And then again, just colouring's not my strong point, but I can manage a bit of that. So there we've got a couple of flowers. Okay, all cut out. The other thing was I'd cut out one of these diamonds using the die. Now when I'd busted these out the other day, I'd said, I think I've managed to lose one on my desk, that some of them fitted inside the others and you could die cut them at the same time, which I think was this one. If I can work out how it goes, and I can't. Like that. That fits inside that. This is the inside for the diamond, and I appear to have mislaid the outside on my desk somewhere. Brilliant. This one though, you can't layer inside the you can't layer the outline and this at the same time. You have to do one and then the other. So I'm going to have a quick rummage on my desk and see if I can see it. Otherwise, we'll carry on. Otherwise, you're not going to get fed of waiting for me. And of course, I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? What do you suppose I did with that? Okay, well, that's all right. Well, I'll find it. It'll turn up. These things always do. Let's cut a bit of this one instead. Now, remember what I told you. Pull the backing from the die. Don't pull the die because you run the risk of bending it. So pull the backing from the die. Okay, some of these ones, this one, this one, this one, this one, they just emboss into the card. Okay, they don't cut it. So let's cut a bit of this one and put that somewhere, maybe, because I think it goes with the chevrons of here quite nice. So let me see if I can find some gold card to cut it from as well. Oh dear, there's some gold card. The die's probably over there then, isn't it? Because there's the bit I obviously cut it from. Let's have a quick look on this side. Who knows? Right then, let's cut this from this. Let's cut these from here. Maybe see if I can find a bit of navy to cut a stitch circle from. And let's get making. Look at this card. I'm going to have to tidy my desk up later to find that die now, aren't I? So here's this. Now this just cuts like the inside part, like that. So if you want to use this in a minute, we're actually going to cut it out. Those are all now stuck in there as well. Okay, we'll deal with those later. Right, flowers. There's one. These look so pretty when they're cut out, and I love the watercolory look that you get without watercoloring. That's why I like this set. So, but it it is one where you've got to be kind of prepared to do layers. That's, I mean, that's the type of set that it is. It's designed for layering. So, hugely so. The stitch circle was, I think, let's have a look, that one. That's the second biggest by the looks of it. Do you know what? I thought I'd ordered the seam binding in a couple of other colours in that order, but I haven't got it, have I? Hockey doke. Right, I'll tidy all this up later. So this, yeah, if you want to use this, you actually have to cut it out. Not like this, obviously. Not like that and just slap it on. These scissors are going to be a bit big. Let's find a pair of snips. So you would cut like this. So this is probably about as fiddly as it gets. That bit's not very neat. I'd go back and tidy some of it up. Because you'd want to keep a similar border to the one that's there. And you would just go ahead . I'm rushing a little bit. Honest. My husband has opened the kitchen door and then he's on the phone and I can hear him. I don't know if you can hear him. My apologies if you can. I doubt you'll be able to hear what he's saying. You might just be able to hear him murmuring in the background. I don't know that we're going to want all of this behind there, and you're probably all getting bored and fed up. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it either. Let's cut. I can hear every word he's saying. I don't know where he is now. My apologies if you can hear him. Let's start. Let's there. And just tidy up some of the edges a little bit. I've just given myself a bit of a random piece. It is very random. And I've not done a very good job on that corner at all. Let's see if I can't tidy that up a bit. There we go. Okay. Move all that out of the way. I think I'm going to put it on the bottom. That, do you know what? That's awful. Okay. Oh, it looks terrible. That's obviously going to be trickier than it looks, all right? You've been warned. That's actually a lot more fiddly than personally I like. This is taking too long for me personally. All right, you've been warned. I'm getting slightly annoyed now. I don't like that bit either. That bit sticks out. Let's tidy that up. I'm going to go like that. Okay. And I don't like that one either. Let's take that one off as well. Sorry. I'm getting annoying now, aren't I? Sorry. There we go. Something a tad more uniform. Right, I'm going to stick a couple of tiny dots of glue on the back of that, just to stop it from going anywhere. And I'm going to bob this on here. And then I'm going to put my flowers over the top. These aren't a bad size, these flowers, so you can use regular dimensionals. I'm just going to put them underneath the flower head. I'm really just making things up as I go along now. Like that. We need a bit of a sentiment, don't we? That's annoying me now. Go away. Out of the way. Out of the way. Right. Sentiment. Come on. Oh dear. There's one I didn't like. So I'd stamped this in navy. No, we'll have navy again, I think. Yeah. Can't seem to get that bottom edge. Find a straight edge to stamp it on. I'm actually going to have to rock it a little bit, which I wouldn't normally recommend doing. It's where I've cut it. So that is something that I'm coping with based on the fact that I chopped it. Okay. But you know what, because it's slightly rough, I actually don't mind it actually. Okay, for that I would just use a bit of edging of dimensional. Ooh. I'm going to pop it towards the right hand side of the sentiment, because the left hand side is going to sort of rest on the other bits and bobs. So, like so. Okay, and then, oh, berry burst ribbon isn't going to work. I've got lemon lime twist like that. Oh, we didn't look at it earlier. I have got some of the new ombre in lemon lime twist. We forgot to look at that earlier. Let's have a bit of that. Okay, I'm going to attach it to the card. Not terribly cleverly. I'm just going to use a bit of snail underneath where the circle's going to go, just to sort of vaguely hold it in place. I'm going to come back, catch it there. Might need a little bit, take a bit further down, come back, catch it like that, trim it there. Might trim it again in a minute. That's bulging up a bit, but that's okay, because I'm going to trap all of that. It's ended up a bit lower really than I would have liked. Should have put it a bit higher up. See how well it wants to come. It comes off all right. Yeah, fine. Then we'll pop some dimensionals on the back of here. And that'll just hold the rest of the ribbon down so it ain't going anywhere. So like I say, this stamp set is all about the layering. That's what it's all about. So you've got layers of embossing paste, layers of ribbon, and then layers of card and images. All laid up in layers. Sorry. Right then, so there you go, there's another version, putting the berry burst. So which do you prefer, do you think? Left or right? Left or right? Left or right? I'm leaning a little bit towards the original, I have to confess. Leaning ever so slightly towards the original. But I like that one as well. I like that one as well. This stuff's a tad on the fiddly side. Just maybe not being watched, it would be easier. Christina says they look great. Helen says the one on the left, or she prefers the berry burst. Oh, okay, okay. So, yeah, why didn't I order more seam binding? You see, there you go, Danielle. Another little order building. Another little order building. Right. So there you go. There you go. So, how to colour your embossing paste and then get it across the front of your card. Like I say, I mean, hopefully you saw just how easy that is, how simple that was. Hopefully you saw that. There are going to be so many techniques with that embossing paste. Honestly, you're going to love it. So if you haven't already, get on my online store, get the embossing paste, get the palette knives, get the silicone mat, get a set of masks. The whole lot together is just under 23 quid. So it's not very expensive. The pot has got loads in it. Absolutely loads. I've already made several cards. I've barely made a dent in it. Okay. Grab some re-inkers. Your daughter likes the diamond. I like the diamond. I really need to find that die. It's not the first time I've lost a die on camera. It has to be said. I will find the die. Don't worry. I will find the die. But I think I prefer the diamond element. But I do like that. You see, that's dry. That is dry. We can touch that. Okay. I found that if you sort of press your nail into it, you can imprint it. It is soft. It's not hard. Danielle says she's getting it all. Yes, I don't blame you. I can highly recommend the stamp set as well. And dies. They are absolutely gorgeous. They really are. Okay. So let me spin you back round. We'll have a last little chat. This has been a long one today. There we are. Right, move some of this stuff so we can pull the camera back away. Otherwise, I'm very, very close. There we go. Christina says she's going to try it. Give it a go. Give it a go. It's one of those ones you could probably easily be frightened of it. There's absolutely no need to be frightened of it. It is simple. The children could do it. Okay, honestly, the kids could do it. And my kids will probably want to be honest. My kids will be itching to have a play with this once they realise what I've got. So I'm hiding it from them for now, okay? Maybe in the summer I'll let them have a go. So yes, if you need any of these things, head to my online store. Don't forget to use this month's hostess code, reward code, so that you get even more treats from me. I would love to have you join one of my VIP stampers and become one of my customers so that I can treat you. What else have we got going on? Another blog hop, like I say, on Monday. New Crafty Carrot. I'm going to be recording videos all next week for my new online class that goes with the Scent with Love kits. That's the Pick a Pattern suite this month. So don't forget to go and order your kit. You've got until the 20th of June to order your kit. And then those will ship out to you before the end of June, and you'll get your online class to go with it then. I think I'm going to try and open pre-order for just the online class later today with a view to having it out by next Friday. So some of it just depends how the videoing goes. But it should be ready by next Friday if I plan my time carefully. So, and I'm excited to share it with you because it's got some great projects in it and I love it. So I'm looking forward to that. So if you're not in the UK and you can't purchase, oh, Danielle's got her Stampin' Success. Ooh. Oh, hopefully mine will come today. Then my postman doesn't come till late, but maybe. I usually get mine late, I have to admit. I don't know why. So Scent with Love If you're not in the UK, you can't order my Sent with Love kits. I'm really sorry. I'm just not allowed to sell them to you. I would if I could. But you can order my online class because I can sell that to everybody because that's my product. And then you can either buy the stuff yourself or offer yourself or get it from a demonstrator in your country. If you are a demonstrator and you're interested in my online classes, you're welcome to purchase them. Absolutely welcome to purchase them. You're welcome to use them in your classes and your workshops if it helps you. You're welcome to make them and use them as your displays. The only thing I say you can't do is you can't then share it. You can't then take my videos or take my online PDFs and what have you and send them out to your customers. So you have to teach it in person, but you can teach those projects in person. Okay, so if you're a demonstrator and you'd like to do that, you're absolutely welcome. That's not a problem. Helen says she's going to give it a go when she's finished watching. I don't have the dies because I forgot to order them, but you've got the stamps as prize patrol. Yay! Love a prize patrol. What a fab prize patrol to win. I always win the ones I don't like. I always win the ones where I go, I don't want this one. And then, oh yeah, it's me. Every time. So, right then, ladies. Well, thank you very much. You've been very patient this morning because we seem to have been on for ages. Thanks very much for stopping by and for watching. I hope you've enjoyed making the card. Don't forget to sign up to the newsletter if you haven't already, or liked the channel page. Lots more to come, lots more to come. And I'll see you back here again soon. Okay, bye.